Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to do colour change. Okay, we'll be learning how to colour change at the end of a row and we'll be learning how to colour change in the middle of the row. Okay, so for the purpose of the tutorial, the yarn I'll be using today is, let's get a nice close-up, is the Crochet Country 8-ply, and the hook size that should be used is a 4mm. Today I'm going to be using a 4.5 so you can see the stitches. I'll have scissors. I don't know if I'll need them, but we'll see. Okay. You will need to know how to do a slip knot, chains and double crochets. If you're not sure how to do those, I do have tutorials here. Please go back, have a bit of a practice and come back to us. Okay, let's get started. Slip knot, halfway over, all the way over. Okay. What I would like you to do is to chain on 12, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, too easy. Now, whoops. All right. We are going to count 3 chains from hook, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a normal double crochet in there, in your third chain. Let me get close up. Okay, that's your double crochet. I'll try it again for you, slow it down. So yarn over hook, pop it through that chain, yarn over hook, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through 2, yarn over hook, pull through the last 2. All right. So that's what I would like you to do all the way across. Excuse me today, my voice is getting better, but I'll be there eventually. I'll get there eventually. Okay, so do your double crochets all the way across. Okay, don't forget, lovely people, to visit my Etsy and my madeit.com.au stores. Over the next 2 weeks, I'll be doing, I haven't started yet, but I will be doing a Easter special. Oh, I know, that's exciting, isn't it? So we'll have lots of specials on prices. Prices will go down. I don't know how much yet because I haven't really decided. Depends on how I feel. Just before Easter, you know. Okay, so we're on our second last stitch there. You can also visit me at Facebook and Instagram. Okay, all right. Our last 2 stitches. Oops, I cut my thread earlier. And now I don't have enough. I should have enough. There's plenty. Okay, for the last stitch we are going to do a double crochet in there. But we're not going to finish this double crochet. We'll pull up a loop like normal. Okay, we'll let it sit there. Then yarn over hook, pull through 2. Whoops. Yeah, and before you finish this last 2 stitches, this is where you change your colour. Oh, my thread just made it, can you believe it? Talk about yarn chicken. All right, okay. Now, yarn chicken, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like chicken, you know, you play chicken. You do it with yarn as well. Well, we do it with yarn, crocheters do anyway. And so do knitters. Okay, so yarn over hook, the new colour, we're going to pull it through the 2 loops on the hook, okay? So now you're going to have lots of little threads dangling, just be careful. Take the 2 loose threads, like the end of your pink and the start of your blue, and just hold them in those fingers at the back. All right, and then you can now chain up 3 with your new color. 1, 2, 3. You could let that yarn go the minute you start chaining. Okay, and then you just do your normal double crochet in your next stitch, your very next stitch, like that. Pretty easy, huh? Okay, that's those 3 stitches. I'll do about another 2 more and then we'll changed in the middle of a row, and then we'll talk about how we weave in those ends. Okay, yeah, we'll do one more. All right, so now we're going to change our thread in the middle of the row here. Well, it's past the middle of the row, but it doesn't matter. So we start off our double crochet, excuse me, tongue-tied today, like normal. Pull up a loop, pull it through 2, and before completing that stitch, we are going to change to the next colour. So we haven't completed the stitch, it's still sitting there. your pink in, or whatever colour you're using. Pull the loop through, give them a bit of a tug. And this is where you've got lots of little loose ends, which you're going to have to weave in at the end. Okay. Oh, fiddly these with loose ends, aren't they? All right, there we go. So you're holding your loose ends with that hand, the right hand, and then just start your next double crochet like you would with the pink into the next stitch. Once you pull it through that stitch, you don't need to hold that anymore. Okay? And just finish off this row, and then we'll have a look at what we do with weaving in those ends. All right? You probably won't even have to finish off the row because we don't need to worry about it at the end of that row there. All right, so that's what you initially have. You have started your end here and you've started your end in the middle. So we are going to quickly weave in those ends. Sorry, I had to go and grab my darning needle because I'd forgotten to bring it over. My apologies. So we are going to weave in the ends. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. One of our pet hates crocheters. We hate weaving in ends. So, thread your hook. Not your hook. Thread your needle. If you are going to do a border around your piece, which I always do a border on my pieces, you can just weave this in. I'll show you. In and out of these stitches up, and then in and out of stitches back, and up again if you want to do it a third time. If you want to weave it across the stitch, you still need to come up that stitch to weave it across. Now I'm going to show you how I do it. That doesn't mean it's the right way, it's just my way of doing it. So see that stitch right there? You just split it, okay? I've split the stitch. The only negative of splitting stitches when you're weaving in is that you won't be able to take that undone. Okay, so I'm splitting the stitches. See how it's not just putting it through the stitches, I'm splitting the threads. See that split? Okay, you won't be able to take that undone later. Okay, so be sure that everything is perfect before you start weaving in that end. Otherwise, let's pretend like you don't need to split stitches and you just want to weave it in and out the top because you're going to crochet over it. And you go back the other way, weaving it in and out the top. Okay, so because if you're going to crochet over it, then that's okay, you can do that. All right, but I don't usually do that. I usually do it up the sides because I always do a border. Okay, now the tricky one is the thread in the middle of the row. Now that's the tricky one. Now again, if you're going to do another row up the top, then weaving around up the top is the best way for you. If not, and I do this a lot with Graphgans, and don't quote me on Graphgans, I don't like to do them very often these days, but I do them a lot with Graphgans. So I'm going to show you with the pink what I do when doing the Graphgans, and then with the blue what I do when just weaving the top. And I've split the yarn, haven't I? Ugh. Let me cut that short, it's too long anyway, sorry. Okay, so it's terrible yarn, it's old yarn. It's not that it's a bad yarn, it's just old. I've had it in my stash for a very long time. So with the pink, notice how you've got that little loop there? You could put it in there and just keep going in and out through that way, right? But with the pink, I want to show you how I do it when I am doing Graphgans, which is the same as what you saw before. It is actually splitting that yarn. See how I've split it? Okay, and you find different angles of the yarn to split. And once you've gone down one way, don't pull too tight and don't leave it too loose. You go back the other way, splitting that yarn. And if you're really hesitant and you're really worried, go back down. All right, do that. Pull it through. Oh, it's getting a bit tight now because we've done it a few times. I think twice would have been enough. 3 times probably a little bit too much because it gets a little bulky. Let's see how that looks from the front. So from the front of your work, it looks normal. From the back, you have a little bit of a bulk. Okay, a little bit of a puff there. All right. Now, to do the other way, your blue over the top, because you're going to crochet over the top of that. Oh, I didn't cut it. Sorry about that. See, this one's not splitting much because it's not as old as the pink. Okay. Oops. Out of the screen there, my apologies. I was just pulling the yarn through anyway, so you didn't miss out on much. So still bring it through there and pop it up into the middle of your, see a little V there? So it's right in the middle of that V. Because later you're going to crochet the top on top of that. You're going to crochet in there, you're going to crochet in there, you're going to crochet in there. So if you just pass it through the middle there, like that. Okay. And then you pass it through again in different angle, different areas, right in the middle. That's it, you're done. Give it a cut. I don't know what happened there. I think I split the thread. Sorry about that. That's the beginning. All right, there you go. That's it. So that you crochet over it and no one's none the wiser. You can't see the thread. So there are numerous ways of doing it. If you have your own way that is easier for you, a nice close up when we do it properly. It's hard to see. The pink is a little bit bulky because we did it this way. Only need to do that way if you're doing Grafgans, okay? But every other way, if you're just crocheting over it, that's perfect. You can't even see that we've done the blue, can you? I mean, you know, to the naked eye, that is. Okay? And, yes, my nails do have crochet hooks on them with yarn. Okay? So, thanks so much for watching. If you liked the tutorial, please click like. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can receive future tutorials. Click that little bell button. Ciao for now. Happy crocheting to you.